Hey, just got a call from Chris Anderson. You guys remember Chris Anderson. He's resto-modding his 61 Corvette. It's been in his family for about 40 years. He's resto-modding it back to the SCCA Championship Corvette back in 1961. I think it was called the Pure Gulf Corvette or something like that. Anyway, description in the video down below here, so just go ahead and check that out. My last video that I shot. Chris was getting ready to paint it down at his friend Lenny's place. Chris called and said, "Hey, we got paint on the car. Do you want to come down and shoot some more video?" I said, "Sure. Let me grab my stuff here. We'll head out." The boys are down at Lenny's today working, so we'll head down, take a look and see how far they are, shoot some more video, and continue the saga of Chris's 61 Corvette. Hey, see you down there. Made it down to Lenny's again. We were here once before. The Corvette is inside. Both Chris and Lenny are working on it. They're striping off or getting ready to stripe off for the blue stripes that they're going to be putting down, I think today yet. But the white is on. It's looking good right now. Like I said, those guys are inside working, so let's step inside and see how they're doing. All right, Chris, looks like you're taping off your blue scallops on the door section here. Again, just kind of replicating off the picture.
Yep. In 1961, Chevrolet did have an option to paint these coves a contrasting color. My original car was all white. They did not elect to paint the coves, a different color. I don't know if the blue that we're painting was an option for the coves this year or not, but we're trying to recreate that Gulf Oil car, and so.
Right.
But a lot of them were, if you had a red car, they painted the coves white. If you had a black car, they painted the coves silver. You'd have to go through the color or the 61 specs and options and find out what you could mix and match, with the colors.
Right.
They did that with interiors too. Some colors you could only get a couple colors of the interior depending upon the paint color, and other colors were more. Obviously white, you probably could get every color interior they made because,
The popular colors seem to be red and white. I've seen a lot of late 50s, early 60s Corvettes in that red body with the white scallops on the doors.
And, black and silver was pretty popular.
All right, Lenny and Chris are both hard at work here. I'm just going to ask questions as they continue to work here. Lenny, the color that you guys sprayed on this thing, was that an original 1961 color?
It was a original 1961 Chevrolet color. Came on all of their cars, and it was different on the trucks, but it was the same on the cars. And just the type of paint that we're using now is different. It's a base coat, clear coat, and originally it would have been lacquer.
So the one that Chris, the original shot that we had with when Chris's car's up on the ramp there at his house, that was the original lacquer. It looked kind of a creamy color almost versus a white.
Yeah, it had faded over the years or picked up dirt, soil, whatever. And yeah, it did look more creamy than this. This looks like more refrigerator white, but.
Right. So did you spray then? So you had the primer down. Did you spray the white right over the primer, or did you put a seal coat on and then come back with the white?
When the car came here, it was media blasted, so it was completely cleaned off, no paint of any sort. So we put a 2-part sealer on it first, and then we scuffed that and put a high build primer on that to fill all the irregularities that were there in the raw fiberglass. And then when that was as smooth as we thought we could get it, then we put another coat of the 2-part epoxy sealer on. And then we lightly scuffed that, cleaned it and everything, and put the white coat on yesterday.
So is the white just a one coat process?
There's 2 coats on there, but all you have to do is put enough on there to cover, so that it has coverage. You don't want any more material on than there already is on.
So this is not necessarily a modern day finish, but it's definitely something that is typical for today. It's
later
a base
day.
coat,
Yeah,
clear coat application.
Yeah, I don't remember. I worked in a body shop for a long time, but I don't remember when they quit painting cars in lacquer. General Motors painted their cars in lacquers for the longest time.
Okay.
So is this good here? Is this where you want it?
Yep. Yeah. You could use that green tape for the... Yep. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So the stripe that the guys are working on here now, that's going to go down in blue.
Yes, it's a metallic blue.
And that's the same process. That's a base coat.
That's a base coat, clear coat as well.
Base coat, clear coat as well. Okay. And that blue, Chris, is that blue kind of is that like a pure oil blue kind of representation, or?
Well,
I'm not sure
Gulf,
what the factory did, or the race team did when they added the blue stripes. That wasn't from GM. The stripes weren't from Chevrolet. They never striped them that way. So whoever turned it into a race car selected that blue. And so we just went off of pictures and tried to match it as close as we could with a period correct blue that was offered back then.
Sure. Okay. Good. So Lenny, I see that you actually put white down over the entire car, and then you masked off the stripes, scuff the stripes, and paint the stripes.
yes.
Do you get a ridge when you put that blue down and you've already got another coat of white on there? How do you get that to be smooth?
The blue will leave a ridge. We're only going to put like 2 coats of this blue on. It's a very thin paint, but as soon as it's covered, we're done. And then today we will pull all of this paper and plastic and tape and everything off, and then put the clear on. The clear we don't even have to sand between. We're going to put 2 coats of clear on. We don't have to sand between them. The roof came out nice. I wet sanded that and buffed a spot on the roof. We didn't do the whole roof. That's not here right now, but you can't even feel it. It's just the blue paint and the white paint are at the same level because of the clear.
All right, that makes sense.
Lip.
Yep.
So half of it will be blue.
I think
Or we were going to leave that white.
Well, I think you want the blue at least to go around the corner.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You can run the blue all the way to, and just do the whole inner part of that wheel opening is blue. That wouldn't look out of place.
Follow the blue right around to here.
No, I'm stopping at the.
Just kind of dead end it.
Yeah.
So if you look at it this way, it'll look blue, and
Blue,
if you
and
look
that
that way, it'll look white.
I think that'll be right.
And my coves were white. They were never contrasting.
Right.
So I don't know where the factory. I guess I've looked at them before.
If it was my car, I would run that blue all the way to the front. Because the trim piece will expose some of the white body. But if you want this to look like it did there, I'm sure they did it the quickest and dirtiest way they could. So
that yellow, or you can do it.
shouldn't make much difference now.
Because you wanted to wrap the blue around just up here.
There, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I was just saying. You do. Well, no, yeah, that can all be blue. Yeah.
This will
no.
be blue
Yep,
to
yep,
here.
yep, yep. So just we'll mask that off so it stays white.
Yeah, hopefully. There's I'll put some more tape on that.
And the cove trim should hide the line when we're all done and the trim's on it.
Yeah, and worst case scenario is that it escapes one side or the other, and then I'll just run it.
One corner and I'm done.
Okay.
No, I need these guys because they're going to be on the cover. They don't know it yet. I don't want it to go to their heads. But I need a project on the cover of the calendar. So I thought if I could get these two in the same room.
You know, we're YouTube celebrities now. We don't need.
Yeah, they're stomping their feet already.
waiting
Okay, this way,
patiently.
boys. This way, boys. You know,
I
that
can't
might,
hold this smile forever.
that might work.